stereo A that was taken back on the 20th and 21st, where Ison first came into the frame on the let's see here, the 20th of this month, which was a couple of days ago now. And we have Comet Inky there, and we have Earth and Mercury. Now, to give you an idea of what you're actually looking at here, a realistic one, is, instead of me adding stuff to it that's not true. Um, First off, Ison is much closer to stereo A. And how do we know that? Because we know stereo A is not closer to the sun than it is to the Earth. So Comet Inky makes its perihelion on the 21st of November, which was yesterday, meaning that Comet Inky went as closest to the sun as it was going to get on the 21st. Well, Ison is just not entering the frame. Okay, so Ison is obviously much closer to stereo A than Comet Inky is. And again, we know this because on the 21st, where this frame ends, Comet Inky reaches its closest point to the sun. Okay, and I'll show you that even more here in a little bit here. Now, just to shoot down some rumors out there that I've heard, okay, Ison is not the size of Earth, guys. Ison is anywhere from 2.9 miles to 4 miles in diameter. Okay, we know that because of the estimates that they've done from the different techniques that they have to do over at NASA. So Ison's not the size of Earth, okay? If it was, guys, then it would be the size of Earth up here, and you would see that in this frame. Well, we know it's not the size of Earth, okay? That's just untrue. Ison's nucleus has not grown in size, okay? Comets' nucleuses do not grow in size. Now, just using complete logic here, obviously, if Ison is frozen and has never been into our solar system before, then obviously the closer it gets to the sun, more jets are going to shoot out of it. That's why Ison got brighter. That's why comets get brighter, because they freeze when they go farther away from the sun, and they start thawing out when they get closer to the sun. So if anything, guys, Ison has actually lost some of the material that it gained while it was out farther out in the solar system. It hasn't gained anything, guys. It's going to actually lose stuff before it gains anything. So the comet's not going to get any bigger. It's actually going to start losing material as it gets in toward the sun. Okay, just wanted to point that out real quick. Now, let's also go ahead and go on over to Stellarium so I can show you some things on there. Alright guys, here we are at Stellarium, which is a free program linked under this video, along with the other links that are under this video as well. Now, this is set to November 23rd, which is early in the morning, around 6:16, 6:20 in there in the morning. Now, as you can see, the sun rising here, the light from the sun rising up in the morning is already interfering with Ison, so it's getting more difficult to see Ison, even though you can't see it low on the southeast horizon as Ison continues to plunge toward the sun. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to start stepping ahead by days here. Okay, this is 23rd, this is 24th, the 25th, and then the 26th. You're just not going to be able to see Ison on the horizon in early mornings anymore. And as we continue to go ahead toward the 28th, Ison gets close to the sun, and then on and so forth. As we go into December, Ison starts to come back up again around the 2nd and then the 3rd, and it gets higher in the sky. And the higher it gets, guys, the dimmer it's going to start getting, because obviously it's heading away from the sun. But you will be able to start seeing Ison in the morning time again around, let's go ahead and say, I say the 3rd. Around the 3rd would be a good time to go out there and see it. Actually, the 2nd, if you want to get really technical, but the 3rd you'll be able to see Ison in the morning time again as it shoots around the sun. Now let's go on over to Eyes on the Solar System, guys, which is another free program linked under this video to show you some more. Okay, so now we're over at Eyes on the Solar System, guys. Again, a free program linked under this video. I suggest once you get to the site to download it to your desktop, guys, so that way you'll have the program on your computer and you won't always have to go back to the website. And plus, they continuously update this program now. They've updated 3 times within the last week with new data, new information. Now, as we look down on the solar system from above, you see different probes here and planets and stuff like that. Here's Earth over here. Here's Mercury, and there's stereo looking in towards Mercury and the sun there. Now we click on stereo ahead, and that's how stereo looks as we look toward Mercury and Earth there. And that's how the actual physical probe looks as it hangs out there in space, looking toward the sun and toward these comets coming in. Now what you want to do, guys, is you want to click on Tours and Features. And you can see here as this program pulls down, there's Comet Ison. They've added to the program now. Now, since they've added that, you can simply click on the feature section here. And what it'll do is it'll load the information, the current information about Comet Ison. Now, you have to click on live as once that program starts, it's not showing you live data. So you have to click on live. And once you click on live, it obviously takes you to real-time data of Comet Ison as it plunges in toward the sun there. Now, the real-time live current data here, as you can see over here to your left, it has it over 80 million miles from Earth, and traveling away from it, obviously, at this time, and closing in on the sun at 31 million miles and over 80 million miles from Earth and 31 million miles until it reaches the sun. Now, the speed relative to the sun of Ison is traveling at 160,731 miles per hour and accelerating, guys. Okay? And accelerating. Now, what we want to do here is we want to look at a comparison of the size of Comet Ison. So how do you do that? Well, right here in this quick view menu, you simply click on Stadium. And what that does is it puts a football stadium right next to Comet Ison to show you the size of Comet Ison. Now, we all know how big a good-sized NFL football stadium looks like here. So let's go here. Now, remember, Ison is anywhere from 2 to 4 miles in diameter, actually 2.9. And this is what we get. We click on the stadium, and that is a football stadium compared to Ison. Now, guys, does that look like Ison is the size of Earth to you? No, because Ison is not the size of Earth at all. Okay? And I just wanted to show that to you. And you can go, again, guys, don't take my word for it. Actually, don't take anybody's word for it here on YouTube. Do your own research. And that's why all these links are under the video here. So you can do your own research as to how big Ison is or what's going on with Ison. Because there's going to be people that's going to feed, that's into fear-mongering. I'm not into that here. Some of the videos I do upload kind of scare you because of what they have in them. But the facts are, Ison is not the size of Earth, guys. And it's not grown in size, and it won't grow in size. Now, this is a tough little compact comet, and that's why it's still holding together. There was some talk, obviously, about Comet Ison breaking up as it started flaring out there when all these jets become active, and it hasn't broken up. So let's hope it continues to hold together there, as it was a tightly wound up comet at 2 to 3 to 4 miles in diameter there. So let's hope it continues to hold together as it reaches perihelion on November 28th. Anyway, guys, I hope this video helped you out to give you an idea of the size of Comet Ison and what's really going on with Comet Ison. Again, guys, you can't really believe everything you hear out here on YouTube. Don't even believe me. Do your own research. That's why I have the links under this video if you don't want to believe me.